Gonna make something real quick and easy, some chocolate chip cookies, but I'm going to cheat. I'm gonna use Mrs. Fields old-fashioned chunky chocolate chip cookie. It's her dough, and it comes in this tub. Got it at Sam's Club for $9. The sale ends on the 6th, though, April 6th. So by the time this video releases, I think the sale will be over. But you're saving $1 a tub, so you know. I know every little bit helps, but. And what I'm going to do, these are not as good as my cookies, my chocolate chip cookies, and they're not as sweet because she's using semi-sweet chocolate. We prefer milk chocolate chips. Excuse me, in our chocolate chip cookies. But in a pinch, when you're lazy and you don't have time to get in the kitchen, find yourself a cookie dough that you do love, and just like with my other cookies that I make from scratch, we're gonna flash freeze them for at least an hour. That's what I'm getting ready to do now. And then when they are done flash freezing, we'll put them in baggies. And you store them, you know, I put the date, name of the cookie, the date, and the cooking instructions. So when you want a, in this case, semi-homemade chocolate chip cookie, preheat your oven, follow the instructions on the package, bake them, and voila. So let's get started. With these, you do have to let them sit out at the counter to get to room temperature for a little bit before you can scoop it. So I've done that. And this is my big cookie scoop, because we like big cookies here. We don't do little cookies. I'm going to bake a few of these at the end, and I'll show you how big they turn out. I have 3 of these tubs on here. I'm not going to bore you by having you watch me scoop them all out. What I'm going to do is keep scooping these out, and when I get done, when I've done all 3, I'll come back, let you see what it looks like, and we'll count how many cookies we get on here. Because I'm not baking these, I can put them really close together. I'm flash freezing these, so we don't have to worry about them being close together. And then after they have flash frozen, I'll bring you back. We'll bag them, so you'll see that process too, in case you haven't seen it before. I will also show you a few of the cookies that have been baked. So I will be back. All right, we're back. Ended up with 41 cookies that I'm going to, or cookie doughs that I'm going to flash freeze. And I'm going to make these 8 from the other batch that I've already flash frozen and packed away. Can you hear how, let me do it this way. Can you hear how that's frozen? Oops. See, that's the dough. So it's not frozen yet. Now, her instructions say to cook these at 330 degrees. You preheat your oven to 330 for 14 to 17 minutes. I have found in my oven, they usually cook about 20-21 minutes at 330. So just when you make them, if you decide to bake these, just, you know, look at them, keep an eye on them, so you'll know, because our ovens differ, right? So I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to flash freeze these. I will be back when these have baked, so you can see they're all going to spread, and they're probably going to touch. I didn't want to get a bigger cookie sheet. I'm lazy. I could have, but I didn't want to. But anyway, out of 3 tubs of cookie dough, I ended up with 41 cookies. Okay, so let's not drop them. I'll be back when these have baked and when I'm gonna package those up. Here's the cookies that we baked. Ended up baking about 22 minutes. Really 23, I'll take it back, 23. 21 minutes I had the oven on. The last 2 minutes I had it off. But they do spread a little bit, but, and you know, they did touch a little bit. We still gonna eat them. So good. So I'm letting them cool. I have about 25 to 30 minutes left on flash freezing the other ones, but when I get ready to bag them up, I'll come back and I'll show you that process. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. It's been over an hour, so now we're going to bag up the flash frozen cookies. You can hear that they're frozen, solid. Okay. And this is the bag I use. I just use a Ziploc baggie. I write the date, the name of the cookie, and the baking instructions. I still write on here 14 to 17 minutes because sometimes I gift these cookies to family and friends. And again, ovens vary. Somebody's oven, it may take 14 to 17 minutes to cook. Mine, it takes a little bit longer. And I tell them when I give them the cookies, it may take longer, it may take just less time, but just watch the cookies. Normally, I get 12 of these cookie dough balls in there. I'm going to put 13 in there, baker's dozen, and I have 3 bags prepared, and I'm actually reusing the bags from the first batch. I just crossed out the date because the first time I flash froze these was on March 26th. It's now April 3rd. We ate all those cookies, 2 bags worth. That was 26 cookies plus this batch that I made for us today came out of that 3rd batch. So I'm going to put 13, 26, 39 in these 3 bags. Then the other 2 I'm just going to put in the other bag in there, and that'll be the first bag we use to when we bake the next batch. So but you can make your cookie dough up, flash freeze it, and then bag it up. And that way, whenever you have a hankering, yeah, I went old school hankering for a fresh, warm cookie, chocolate chip, oatmeal, raisin oatmeal, whatever you like, and you have it on hand, you just bake it and enjoy. And then I'll just put number 13 on top there. I do try to push some of the air out as I'm zipping it. But there it is, all bagged up. I'm not gonna bore you, let you sit here and watch me do all of them. You've seen the process. I will eat one of these so you can, or tear it apart so you can see how it's melty, chocolatey in there. Those are so good, and it would be even better if it was milk chocolate. My sister said, why don't we now sit the tubs out to let it get to room temperature, and then I could doctor them up. I could add pieces of Hershey chocolate bar to it, some maple syrup, or whatever else I want to add. And I said, yeah, I could, but I'm not gonna do that. That's defeating the purpose of doing this shortcut by using her cookie dough. If I was going to do all that, I might as well just go ahead and whip out my big KitchenAid and make a whole batch of cookies, which I will. Once we go through these, I will make up a big batch of my chocolate chip cookies from scratch. And then I'll do the same process. Flash freeze them, form the cookie dough balls, flash freeze it, and then bag it up. But that's it. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 3. Now you know how to flash freeze cookie dough and then preserve it for later on whenever you want a fresh baked cookie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, all the best to you and yours. Bye for now.